When we first saw this site, my dad said he thought it looked extremely old. We were both wondering if it might be connected to the Patayan people or perhaps even older. There have been some Clovis points found around here, though to my knowledge there doesn't appear to have been any stonework in terms of structures ever found that have been associated with the Clovis people. Yet, in other parts of the world, stonework has been found much older, going back over 100,000 years or even older. There's even some claims of Neanderthal building stone structures. Things like that really make me wonder. I wonder what it was really like back then. I think in time, with more new discoveries, our ideas of this subject will change a lot. Also, on the previous episode, we showed a few shots of this location and suggested, due to the proximity, that we think it may be connected to the mysterious giant formation, which we found that we believe may have been an ancient farm. So, on this adventure, I'm going to hike up there in person and see if we can find any more clues that can help us learn more. So, this one and this one over here are both like buried under the dirt, and it's like hard dirt. You can tell that no one has dug this up in a long time right here. So like these two look genuine, and I can't really tell, it's too overgrown here to see what's going on with these other ones. But over here, this one looks like it's buried as well. The rest of these all seem to be sitting on top of the ground. One thing that's strange is how much this is falling apart, but it gives me the impression that a person actually knocked it down. When I looked at this at first, I thought, hey, the weathering's down here and there's none on top, so someone probably flipped this and put it on top. But then I looked down here and saw this one, which is not weathered underneath, but it is on the other side. So I think that one was sitting on. Camera keeps shutting off, but what I was saying was I think this one was on top of that one and someone knocked it off, and that would also be consistent with these ones down here, where you see on this side there's no weathering, but underneath there is. And then it's like that on the wall too. So I'm actually starting to think that this is a genuine ruin, and someone has knocked a bunch of it over for some reason, which is, if it is ancient, which it looks like it is, that's really sad that someone would do that. Like, why? I don't understand. But this kind of weathering takes a long time to grow. It looks like desert varnish to me, and you can see that on a lot of these other rocks too. Like, they've been flipped over off the wall, and the side that was underneath doesn't have any weathering, but the side that was flipped over does. It's like that on pretty much all of these. So here's another good example. It looks like these were just knocked off the wall over here, and once again the bottom side of all of these is unweathered, but underneath this here and I can't really see underneath those other ones, but I assume the same thing is going on. This ruin appears to have been vandalized. And this is yet again another reminder as to why we make such a strong effort to not give away location details to the sites we go to. To me, this looks really strange right here. This might just look like a pile of rocks to some people, but to me it looks like some of this has been like scooped out, sort of like someone removed a good portion of the rocks that were in here, and maybe it's like a little place to sit, like a little room. Maybe some of those rocks are like chairs that are still in there. And it has like an enclosure, almost like a circular sort of feeling. Like, look at this. Actually, I just noticed we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rocks all in a row right here. I have my doubts that that's natural. Yeah, you can see how circular it is from this angle. And right here, that's pretty interesting looking. This could be like a hunting blind. This medicine wheel makes me wonder if it's from a different time period. Especially those rocks that were put in the middle there. But some of this is actually looks kind of old, the way it's like falling apart. It is pretty perfect north and south. I think it's a little bit off, but it's really close. The stonework on this site looks like it has a significant amount of desert varnish on it, which, if so, would confirm that it is indeed very old. According to the data I've seen in climates similar to Sedona, here in Arizona, even a very small amount of desert varnish could be thousands of years old, and a decent layer could be tens of thousands of years old. I'm not an expert, and I'm not saying anything 100% for sure, but based on all that, I can't help but wonder if this site is indeed extremely ancient to the point that mainstream archaeology would have trouble fitting it into the currently accepted narrative. My dad found a somewhat recent study suggesting the potential of pre-Clovis people in California, which is not too far away from here. The findings were based off of petroglyphs with desert varnish and what appears to be an extinct llama species. It is controversial and has not been widely accepted, but we've also found some lost history here in the Sedona area, which correlates with those findings that we plan to release in the not too distant future. And we are very open-minded to the possibility that some of what we have been finding could indeed be older than the Clovis people. That may sound crazy to some, I know, but we find it very compelling and look forward to sharing when the time is right.
These forgotten people from a lost civilization didn't leave much behind, but there are still ancient structures built with stone that can be found after thousands of years of weathering. This unique location gives us a wonderful desert mystery, which highlights a somewhat primitive ancient ruin in the form of a circular stone shelter built on a hilltop, which helps to keep rainwater out. Also nearby there is another possible stone shelter. Interestingly enough, there is also a medicine wheel here that shows the cardinal points. Did the medicine wheel tell them there was a solstice or equinox? It is assumed that this medicine wheel was used for guidance when planting crops, which was of critical importance considering the growing season of corn was from 100 to 120 days, raising the possibility for 2 crops a year. The early archaic people that came here were roving hunters and gatherers who through cultural advancement finally became farmers. After 4000 BC, there was an apparent expansion into western Arizona and parts of the Great Basin. Continued climate change brought warmer and drier conditions to the Pacific West and Southwest, which caused many of the Ice Age pluvial lakes to dry up, which in turn led to eastward migrations into central uplands of Arizona. Basin metates started to appear in the archaeological record as small mobile groups apparently occupied seasonal base camps, usually near watercourses or springs. From 2000 BC to AD 1, the climate had transitioned to relatively cool and moist, which promoted a greater use of upland resources and big game hunting. Did some of the early inhabitants of this area live here because they felt like they had a spiritual connection with Sedona and its incredible beauty? Population growth into western Arizona created more abundant archaic sites relative to those earlier periods. When judging the benefits of living in the transition zone, it's no surprise that beautiful Sedona and the Verde Valley became a major hub of Southwest archaeology.
I'd like to wish every father a wonderful Father's Day. It's such a precious gift a father is, and I'm grateful for all of you. I hope you have a delightful day, and I wonder about time. From the time we are born to the time we die, does that change? Do we remember what happened when we were born? In between? Do we have the right to make changes to that time? Is time an illusion? Is time a gift? It's time to say, happy trails to everyone. Until we meet again, have a wonderful, beautiful time.